magical time of the night. The one where we play as the guy who will do absolutely anything for anybody. That's right, we are playing more NieR Replicant. But anyway, so, yep. I knocked out a few more of those mystic subquests last night. You know, the reason I do that while I'm not live is, well, a lot of it just has to do with quality. It's a mix between the quality and also important, it would just take forever to play these games if I was doing everything. That's more for like a YouTube Let's Play. But, yeah, you know, I do what I can. Within reason. But we're headed to the Forest of Myth. And boy, am I not looking forward to this. I hate this area. You know, it'd be one thing if, like,
the home of that blasted
see, Grimoire Vice knows this place is terrible.
Truly a nightmare I hope never to experience again.
I hear you.
Off work. And what?
Wait.
But we have no choice.
Does it?
I vaguely remember the questions. Envy, the number of people. $63. I'm not reading all this. Green.
You come.
I think it's probably just quicker to try it. Envy. What color is the envy? Oh, I guessed right. Then she had 33 this time? $33. Cool, got it. Quick, easy, less than 5 minutes. Cool. Oh, I almost didn't want to stream because of this. Oh, I'm so glad that was quick and easy.
I never with
Cool. We're done. We're done. We're done with the Force of Myth for this playthrough. We are... Stop.
Popola said we might...
perhaps we can.
And the lady's not there yet, but... Done. Done. Whew. That lady who stands there. I guess she does it later. That's a really good grind spot for like crafting materials. It's just something to keep in mind. It's actually just a good grinding spot in general, but with particular respect to materials. I don't think this is the kind of game where you really have to obsess too much about your level. I don't think there's any secret bosses that are level 99 like in NieR Automata. Can we talk about how I still got hit? Sorry, there's nothing but medical herbs up here. Excelente. Then we always check here, which there's nothing here this time.
Damn! Where'd they go? Get him! Don't let him escape!
New cutscene.
I see something over there!
Oh no.
Here! They're in here!
Is that the shade that we saw in P33? Oh, so we get some backstory about that particular shade. Oh, is that P33?
Who are you?
Khalil.
Military defense robot, P-33.
You can understand the shades?
You are an intruder. You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes. What is crying? Who is Mom? My creator is also dead. He perished hundreds of years ago. 874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes. I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying. You will die. Why will they kill you? I will not permit the humans to kill Khalil. Military defense robot P-33 will protect you. P-33 is charged with defending others. P-33 will defend Khalil.
Beepy. Beepy.
Man, there's gotta be tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Oh, wow. Check this out. It looks brand new.
Hey, be careful, all right? This place is dangerous.
I'll be fine.
Oh no!
Huh?
Look out!
Huh? Huh?
Yeah, he got squashed.
Jacob? Oh god, this can't be happening. Jacob! Jacob!
That's what your brother gets for spelling his name like that. I've never known a Jacob with a K, only Jacobs with C's.
No!
I'm gonna blame the first thing I see. He looks like that kid from Ned's Declassified.
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution.
I agree.
One intruder has perished.
The junkie. Perhaps we should speak to the brothers.
That didn't age
They
well.
might know something about this.
Oh, hey, you. What? It's what did you not know?
Yeah.
I recently.
I already have that.
Don't we already have this weapon?
Shh. These things happen the second time around.
Aha, fourth wall breaking. That's nice. Second time.
This sword has seen better days.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up. Can you repair? I can repair if you'll fix it. I'm gonna need some. Only the real big enemies. Also, here's the.
These things happen the second time around. Nice little, nice little fourth wall break there from our friend Grimoire Vice. I was wondering today, when I do the junk keep, do I get a different
It's a
weapon,
shame
or
about the older
is the
lad.
dialogue different?
Was but a child.
Sounds like you went into a dangerous area.
Do we have 2 copies of it? No, there's no way we do.
Think of the business.
Yeah, so same thing as before. It's kind of like Groundhog Day. We're just to view a few extra minutes of cutscenes. We got to play all of part 2 again, but it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty standard. We literally are just going to, you know, run through everything. I learned that I maybe shouldn't. See, it's a tough call because I want to get the fast kill boss trophies.
Postponed his joy for the sake of his sibling. Do you think he was ever truly happy?
Just making his little brother happy would have been enough. That's what being an older brother is like.
These are all items I cannot pick up. Alright, that's cool. So... minecart. Gosh, I hate this part. Minecart. That's why I'm just gonna throw out Dark Whirlwind and try to run through it, because just throwing out Dark Whirlwinds, trying to skip through the minecart sequence as best as I can, because gosh, I really don't like this part. Let's get a dang memory alloy and just hit the road. Thankfully, time slows down. Yeah, it's a full house here tonight, that's for sure. And Kaine met us on the other side, because I guess she can do that. Whoa. Nice. Memory alloy? Oh, memory alloy and another memory alloy. Nice. Well, we got what we needed. Let's head back. Let's head to the depths and shortcut out of here. Cool. Cool. All right. So now we'll be able to make our way back to Gideon, and then we can get the, you know, the key for, well, not quite yet. We gotta, yeah, and we do the P33 fight on the revisit, so we have plenty of time. Like, we're not triggering a fight here.
A large seagoing vessel that carries freight and passengers over. You have taught me much, Khalil. You have helped to expand my vocabulary. You have instructed me in the ways of the outside world. Because we are friends.
They're gonna really try to make me feel bad about killing that robot, aren't they? I still gotta kill him. It's like the game. Alright. Wrong way. Gideon, I got the memory alloy. Can you please not upgrade the weapon that
That's some
I
pretty
have or
impressive.
whatever?
I'll start, and since you... Well, this is no sense in you. That would be...
Speaking
No
of
sense-
upgrading weapons,
By the way, what can I help you with?
I need an eagle leg for that, and I think Ancient Overlord I needed wristwatch too. Yep, and 2 more silver ores and 2 crystals.
Come.
Do you sell
No sense- that
crystal?
would- By the way, what can I help you?
Ah, I picked the wrong
No
dialogue.
sense-
That would be great.
But what can I help you?
You sell silver ores, but I could have sworn somebody sold crystal somewhere. Because that's, yeah. We got a huge grind ahead.
It appears we have... Maybe Popol is very well.
Yeah, I have a huge grind ahead at some point for upgrading the weapons, because there's a trophy associated with it. Always like to take my little shortcut off the bridge here. Zip on back over to the village. There we go. I think we got an extra memory alloy too, so now if we want to finish that other subquest, the only thing we have to grind for is the titaniums, which those are pretty hard to come by also. That's actually like kind of an understatement. That subquest takes 10, and I feel like I've only even had 10 of those the whole time I've been playing this game.
Learned anything?
You know,
That dip. Sacrifice.
that's right.
You're amazing.
The...
I
You're up. They're shade.
Try speaking.
Speaking of which, did he send me a letter saying it's ready yet, or do I actually have to get another fragment after getting the alloy, which I think that's probably the case. Nothing in the mailbox. And let's go to the Airy. Excuse me.
I cannot fathom that village setting up a mercantile. They must have truly opened their minds.
Yeah, I have my doubts.
Aren't you glad to be going back home, Kaine?
Home? That place is a shithole.
Don't be so nervous, Kaine. We'll protect you.
I got me taken care of. Worry about protecting yourself.
Ooh, the village. It's home to so many terrible little memories, isn't it, Kaine?
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
It isn't all that bad. Actually, the area sucks. I would hate to live there. I would actually hate to have anything to do with that place. The area just seems terrible.
We do not desire.
We do not
If we can
then we can continue.
But that young man will come.
Yes.
He will kill us all.
What should we do?
Oh, is this one of those things where the Airy is actually just all shades? Is that the case? Oh, I wonder if we get any new dialogue over here at Kaine's little hut. Yeah, I wonder if this is one of those things where, like, the reason they were cursing us when we were there was because they're all actually shades. Let's see. So we need to go talk to the chief. Alright. Wrong way. I do that every time when I come here. There's like a two-way split. I always pick the wrong way. Alright, village chief.
Shut up!
If you're...
And then we gotta go find...
This.
Make what stop? Is it you? Is it you?
You.
Did I talk to these already? Oh, crap. Is it you?
Shut up! Shut up!
If you're not ashamed.
This.
Ah, there's no way I can make that jump. Oh well. I talked to these guys already, right? Have to have.
I don't believe in any.
Is it this one?
You.
Maybe we just go straight away over here. Yeah, we do. I'm a fool.
A letter, huh? So, enough. You could say that. I've heard the rumors.
Indeed.
Everyone. Vice!
Beware, this man is a shade.
Damn it! It's a trap!
I figured as much.
You guys sure are taking your goddamn time.
1,000 apologies. We were distracted by the local welcoming party.
Want some help?
A carnival of murder? I love it. Yeah!
I can really get behind this Tyran guy, that's for sure.
Kaine, the villagers are possessed!
But not all of them. Some are still humans, so be careful.
Put down that weapon, please! I beg of you! Get out of here! No way! I'm not going to abandon my own sister!
Kaine, what's going on?
Don't be fooled by this lady. She's a shade.
Stay back, kid. Your sister is one of them now.
I don't care what she is! She's my sister, and I love her.
Of course, the sacred lingerie could never be hurt. Bye-bye, sis.
Stop it! Don't hurt my sister!
What madness. These people are behaving as if we are the villains.
Kaine!
Kill them! Kill them now!
No! You've got to stop this! We're trying to save you from the shades! Please, you have to stop!
Villagers are under attack.
Oh God, help us! Help us, please! We are shades!
What could those black swirls be?
Why did you even come here?
Oh, come on.
My husband's a shade!
What's happening?
Time to fight. Is it... what's this thing called? Wendy? I forget.
By my pages. Is this beast a shade as well? That thing sucked up the villagers.
No! If we keep this up, we're gonna kill them all! We can't let that happen!
What is this? Did it say that before? Boom. That lance, cool.
I feel something from within the creature. Is this
this the combined power of all those shades?
It will take more than a barrage of magic to stop us. The first to waver is the first to die. I sense magic coming from the center of that eye.
Wait! I think those are actual people!
Hold nothing back. Those are shades.
Yeah, so we can't actually even damage this thing right now.
The surrounding tentacles appear to deflect
I noticed
magic.
Grimoire Vice.
Now, focus your magic on the beast's center.
Look out! Something's coming!
Its weak point is located around the back. Try attacking it from above.
I'll try to pin it down!
Emil!
So we gotta...
Emil!
I'll keep it busy! You should be able to attack! From behind! Go around and get it! Please, hurry!
Emil can handle this. We must circle behind the creature at once.
Don't want to start charging too soon, because if I charge too soon, well, the time still runs in real time.
You must strike it in the eye.
Get it?
It is escaping to the inner level.
I'm coming! Gotta catch my breath!
Careful, Emil. Won't help anyone if we lose you here. God damn it! We beat the hell out of that thing. How can it still move?
Its combined powers are beyond even my greatest suspicion.
Come on!
Got it.
Help me take it out!
I'm on it.
That should be it. That's a lot faster than the first time we did it.
Emil! Emil, wait!
Emil!
He's gone. His instincts have taken hold.
You know,
The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
I kind of just noticed this the other day. Maybe this is just me, but NieR, like the...
This ain't good, sunshine.
NieR looks a lot like Jared Leto in the face. Like, not just the eyes, but like the face too. It's kind of odd. Like, look at them side by side. Emil be like, all gone. Did I do good? You know it's bad when I have more sympathy for the machines and automata than I do for the shades in this game. Anyway, it looks like another dialogue. It was called Uncontrollable Magic. I have to protect the people I love. That was my only thought as I unleashed a magic powerful enough to destroy not only the shade, but everyone else as well. All of them. So many innocent lives. Destroy, eviscerate, crush, kill. These are the dark impulses that overwrite all other thoughts. As a being that was created to be a magical weapon, these are my instincts. Or maybe it's better to call them our instincts. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No. The klaxon sounds from deep within the bowels of the laboratory. Thick metal shutters drop down, sealing off the room with a series of dull metal thuds. Aboard the experiment, number 6 is out of control. Everyone get out of here now. Get out of here. The researcher's words abruptly cut off as a massive hand materializes out of the gloom and lifts him high into the air. The researcher begins to scream. He screams and screams, and the sound echoing off the walls of the laboratory until the hand squeezes down, coating the room in a deep crimson hue. The rest of his colleagues stand in silence, mouths open, unable to process what they have just seen. Then a female scientist takes a step back and lets fly with a heartbreaking wail. But this is a terrible mistake, for the sound of her cry suddenly brings forth a monster, blah blah blah. Its body's bloated corpse, its head a grinning skull, and it is massive, many times the size of a human. The head lolls from side to side as it tromps about the room on all fours, bringing to mind the wild maneuverings of some wretched starving beast. This creature, this thing, is experimental weapon number 6, also known as Halua. No, oh no, please stop. Oh god, save me, please save me. I don't want to die. One by one, the maddening cries of the researchers silence. If number 6 understands their petitions, it pays them no heed, instead continuing its rampage of destruction and slaughter with a focus that borders on obsession. After an eternity, the screaming stops. The alarms fall silent, and only then does the creature make a sound, howling out with an unfathomable roar that echoes up and down the empty halls of the blood-soaked laboratory. It's a sound that curses those who had dared bring such evil into the world, and yet one that also seems to be pleading for help. Ellipses. 2 sets of footsteps echo in the otherwise silent corridor in the first level of the laboratory. One set belongs to a young boy, his eyes blindfolded and his hands restrained. The other belongs to a severe man in a long white coat. So what is a severe man? What is a severe man? Like he is especially a man? Or like, what does that adjective mean in this case? The man drags the boy along by means of a long chain attached to the set of shackles on his wrist. Rubble is scattered here and there across the floor of the corridor, making the journey an exceedingly difficult one for a boy who can't see. Excuse me, could you please walk a bit slower? I'm not used to being blindfolded. And rather than stopping, the man only increases his pace, causing the boy to stumble in an attempt to keep up. This last humiliation proves too much, and the boy finds himself unable to arrest his fall without the ability to brace himself. He topples to the floor, smashing his head on a pile of debris and causing a trickle of blood to worm its way down his pale, frightened face. Agonized by the pain, the boy inadvertently opens his eyes, causing the falling drops of blood to emit a strange crackling sound before transforming into tiny white rocks. "Close your damn eyes," roars the man. "Yes, sir," stammers the boy as he slams his lid shut. He hadn't realized the blindfold had slipped off during the fall, but now he keeps his eyes squeezed shut so tightly the sparkles appear against the black of his vision. The boy is Emil. Also known as number 7, he's a magical weapon whose eyes are capable of turning to stone anything that falls under his gaze. "Don't look at me," barks the man. "Never look at me." "I'm sorry, sir. I'm looking at the ground now, so if you just hand me the blind..." Instead of waiting for him to finish, the man extends one foot and presses Emil's face to the floor with a heavy black boot. "Sir, stop, you're hurting me. I told you to keep your eyes and your mouth shut, so do it." The man knows this boy. This weapon could wipe him out with a single glance, and yet subduing him in this way gives him a sense of relief. After making certain the boy is sufficiently cowed, the man leans down, retrieves the blindfold, and knots it tightly around the boy's quivering head. "Right then. On your feet, let's move." Emil staggers to his feet, trying to ignore the red liquid oozing down his face. The blood doesn't matter. The pain doesn't matter. All that matters is finishing the job they had set out for him to do. The second level of the laboratory is even worse shape than the first. The environs are littered with rubble and rock, making the thought of a decent foothold laughable. When the man's eyes linger on a section of the rubble stained with a deep red, his sudden image of warm, gooey brownies slathered in strawberry sauce. His stomach lurches at the thought, but when he attempts to avert his eyes, they land on the remains of a human being rendered into what could only be described as paste. The man blinks, his mind goes strangely blank before attempting to determine exactly how many humans had to be sacrificed to create the scattered piles of flesh around him. After a moment, his thoughts simply cease altogether, as if his mind realizes that trying to put such a thing into form is folly. You can go the rest of the way on your own, says the man in a voice much weaker than he wishes it to be. I mean, what does it matter? You're not even human, you're a monster. With this, the man spins around and dashes back down the hall. A helpless Emil simply listens as the footsteps of his erstwhile captor fade into the distance. Emil finds himself alone in a room with the stench of blood, death and blood. For a moment, he considers opening his eyes, but the thought of the horrors that await him quickly squash this plan. He stands still and listens intently. Eventually, a far-off sound reaches his ears. That's the howl I heard before. Emil resumes walking, using the sound of distant voice to guide him, almost as if it was calling him home. By the time Emil reaches third level, he's quickly moving on memory as much as sound. His hands and face are covered in fresh wounds from numerous falls, but every time he thinks about giving up, his mind returns to his sister. We studied together, we ate cookies together, we cried together, we laughed together, and sometimes I was the only one who got yelled at. That's why I was never lonely. Our being together allowed me to stay strong. For Emil, his sister was all he had to live for, so holding that feeling close to his chest, he presses on one slow step after the other. Finally, Emil finds himself drawing close to a certain experimental chamber in the deepest part of the laboratory. The howl is very close now, and as he touches the switch that controls the door, he thinks about his mission. Number 6 is the ultimate weapon. She is his sister, and he must turn her to stone. The door slowly opens, revealing the massive interior of the experimentation chamber, and after a few steps, Emil removes his blindfold, slowly opens his eyes. His sister looks before him, but she looks nothing like the girl he once knew. Instead, he sees a savage beast crawling on all fours through the shredded remains of the researchers. As the thing that had been his sister stops and tilts its head in Emil's direction, he focuses his gaze on it. A series of soft, crunching sounds emerge from the creature as his magic does its terrible work. First the fingers, then the hands, arms, legs, head. What little color the beast once possessed fades to a dull ashen gray, and yet somehow it summons what strength remains and pulls itself toward Emil, one slow, lumbering effort at a time. Wailing, the massive monstrosity closes in. Is she worried about me, or is she coming to kill me? Emil feels prepared to accept either outcome. After all, this was his older sister, the person he loved more than anyone else in the world. Alua, The moment Emil speaks, number 6 comes to a sudden halt. Silence descends on the chamber as the siblings stare each other down. I'm sorry, Halua, but everyone says you're too powerful. They say it's too dangerous unless I seal you away. I'm so sorry. As Emil watches her body begin to turn to stone once more, number 6 simply waits in utter, perfect silence. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. The moment number 6's petrification is complete, her memories flood into Emil's mind. The two of them huddling together in the cold, all alone in the world with no one to protect them. All she wanted was to save her little brother, and yet it was that little brother who, in a sense, saved her. The moment the petrification is complete, Emil sinks to his knees. A frozen sister and a little brother racked with sin. Alone in this cold cage, the two of them weep in a single silent voice. It was our combined power that destroyed the Aerie. Whole existences, entire lives, even their memories, we took it all. We took everything. My sweet, gentle sister turned into a monster. The same thing will happen to me now that I have her power. If my instincts as a weapon win out and destroy me in the process, that power ends up hurting someone I love. I what? Oh, here we... Oh, thank God. Whew. I don't mind reading, it's just... I wasn't quite ready to read. I guess Route B is the... or Ending B route is the visual novel segment.
I killed them all!
But you saved us. If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead. We owe you.
But I...
It's all right. Really? Don't look back. We had better.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, there's not really a whole lot left here for us, but I didn't get that trophy. I wonder if I already have it, but I doubt that. Did I not do it quick enough? That was pretty quick.
Let's see if the...
Yeah, let's. I should have thought about that actually before I saved, but then again, I didn't want to redo that whole segment. Because, quite frankly, I have to play this game. Well, I don't have to play it, but like, to do everything, I have to play it 3 or 4 more times after this. So, yeah, I mean, like, it's not a big deal if I didn't get it. I would have just rather had it, but that being said, that's a good place to leave off. So, like every night, if you like NieR Replicant, or if you like Can't Sprint JRPG, be sure to give me a follow. Other than that though, have a good night.